You ever been editing and you're just crushing it and you're going through, you're downloading film overlays, transitions and doing all this stuff, and then you get one of those warnings. You're out of storage, disk space full. It's honestly one of the most annoying things, and we're talking about how you can optimize your storage on a budget. Let's go. What's up everybody, my name is Isaiah and I help content creators level up their production game. And today, talking about storage, because if you're going to be doing anything photo related, video related, graphics edited, YouTube editing, you're going to need some storage and you're going to need a lot of it. 500 gig, not going to cut it. 1 terabyte, not going to cut it. So I'm going to show you some cheap ways that I use even just for my workflow of how I film, how I edit, and then how I upload to be able to have that archive for future purposes. So there's 3 different types of storages that you can use. One, you're gonna need an SD card. If you're filming on a camera, you're gonna need some type of SD card. 32 gigabyte, 64, 512, or 1 terabyte, because they actually make those now, which is mind-blowing. 2, you're gonna need an SSD. You can either get one of the Lacy hard drives, you can get a Samsung SSD, you can get the Glyph drives, you can get the SanDisk drives, you can get the shuttle drives from, I think it's Tropic Colors. But those are great for editing on your computer, and then when you're offloading and dumping footage to edit off of, those are great as well. But they do get pricey, so that's something that we're gonna have to figure out and work around in this video. And then the third thing is gonna be cloud-based stuff. So using Google Drive or Dropbox, those are great options to be able to back things up on, whether it's raw files, whether it's finished videos, thumbnails, YouTube videos. But it's a great thing to have, and you can get a terabyte for 10 bucks a month, and you can obviously pay more and more, but it's just nice to have some peace of mind of if your hard drives go to crap and you don't have a RAID system, at least you have Google Drive where your videos are there, your raw files are there, your thumbnails are there. Fair warning, it's not a place where you want to edit off of, but it's a great place to have all your finished products just for archival purposes. So first up, you're gonna need an SD card. SD cards, use them on cameras. You can either film on these, pop them out of your camera, put them on your laptop, and just start editing off of that and just keeping it plugged in till you're done. If you do have an SD card reader on your laptop, that's a quick and efficient way of doing it. But like I said, if we're on a budget and you only have 1 SD card, you can only film so much as you edit. So I mean, if you do get SD cards and you do decide to just edit off of SD cards, I highly recommend getting 2 so that while you're editing off of 1, you can film on another and just kind of keep that workflow going. These are super cheap. You can get, I recommend the SanDisk ones or the Lexar ones. I would recommend the 1 terabyte ones. They're about 116 bucks around there. You get 2 of those, you are solid. The only thing about those is if these corrupt or these are not readable anymore, you're kind of screwed because all your stuff is on here. So that's why people go with RAID systems and stuff like that, just so they have everything backlogged and safe just in case anything happens to the files on the cards. SD cards, great for you. Highly recommend them. On to the next one. All right, next up we got the Lacy solid state drives. You can do Lacy, you can do Samsung, but I would prefer Samsung. This is the one I've had since 2016. This is about 1 terabyte. But these are great if you're traveling and you need something reliable and you need something safe, because it does have this rubber guard to keep it protected. The thing about these though is they're just big versions of SD cards. They have a faster read rate, which is good for editing and for many other purposes. But if it were me personally, if you're gonna end up getting a bunch of these, I'd rather just get a bunch of SD cards. They're more versatile, you can use them more. They're future proof, so it's not like after you fill this up, you label it, you stick it in your storage room. It's at least with SD cards, you can edit off of them, store off of them, and just kind of keep them for whatever that you need and back them up on something else. But if you're looking to just back up things for archival purposes, like this is a option, but I would highly recommend using like the Google Drives, because I've heard of instances where people have had these and they were using them and they had them for a long time and they ended up just wiping itself and corrupting itself and they lost all their files. That's just kind of the nightmares that you get with these, which are kind of dangerous and that I would give you a heads up on. That's why I prefer cloud-based stuff so much. But if you need something, just something on your office desk, something just while you're traveling, these are great to have. I would recommend the Samsung one over the Lacy's just because they're smaller and they have quicker read and write speeds, but you get the point, right? On to the next one. All right, last but not least, Google Drive. Okay, so I'm gonna show you on my computer just a little walkthrough and then we'll just kind of unpack it and talk about that. So let's go to my computer. All right, so this is just one of the folders I have. This is just like my drive. I have like all this stuff and just kind of work stuff and other projects that I've had on here. As you can see, I have a social contents folders. This is a great place to archive things. I've tried to edit off of it, doesn't work. It's good to have raw files on, but it takes forever to upload. So that's why I'd rather just transfer it over to a RAID system. But what I would really recommend recommend for these is I would store your finished products on these. Personally, I want to upgrade to a solid state RAID system, so that way I can take the raw files and just have those on there and have one wire, and I could just edit off of that, which is way more efficient, and then just use Google Drive as my backup archival just in case I need to come back for thumbnails or like whatever. But yeah, this is a super quick video. It's nothing crazy, something nobody's ever talked about before, and these are just little things that I learned along the way that helped me in my workflow process, and honestly things that I wish I knew sooner. So if you're watching this, I hope you got some value out of this. Like, subscribe, stick onto the YouTube channel. I got videos coming every week for it. I'm gonna be posting reels again. I know I've been slacking on those because I've been trying to get my backlog for these, but thank you so much again for watching. Please make sure to like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.